Welcome to Eaton Hotel in Washington, D.C., where there's a hidden speakeasy. Tune in to find out where and to check out a ridiculous old-fashioned cocktail riff.
My name is Deke Dunne. I am the beverage director at the Eaton Hotel. I take care of the cocktails and creation at Allegory, cocktail bar, and then Wild Days on the rooftop. Allegory, where we are today, is a new style cocktail bar. We are trying to bridge the gap between art, advocacy, and cocktails. So we're truly trying to do something new by really creating very thoughtful, progressive cocktail programming, as well as music and art programming. So we really try to push as many boundaries as possible when it comes to techniques, when it comes to philosophy, politics, all that. So that's what we do down here at Allegory. And so, our entire concept, our entire ethos is built around the idea that, bars should be better, bars should speak out, bars should speak their mind. We really believe in our core that, we should talk politics. We should hang our beliefs on our sleeve, and that people should feel safe coming to our space and talking about ideas. This is DC. People think that we are the atypical DC bar, but in all actuality, DC bars are apolitical. You go to any bar, bartenders do not talk politics. This is DC. You got both people on the sides of the aisle. We are the exact opposite. We believe that everyone should hang their political beliefs on their sleeve, and that it should be known that you should stand up for what you believe in. So that is our guiding light, our guiding concept as a cocktail bar. And so today, we are going to be making a cocktail that kind of bridges the gap between old and new. It's called In With the Old, In With the New. So what we got here, we got a bourbon and rum old fashioned that utilizes new ingredients and ancient ingredients. And ancient by 1860 standards. So what we got here, we got some Michter's bourbon, Equiano Afro-Caribbean rum. We got Palo Cortado sherry, PX sherry, Bogart Bitters, and Mole Bitters. So, to start out, we got Michter's bourbon. Just a delicious cup of Kentucky bourbon. And we're going to do 0.75 ounces of Michter's. We're going to do 0.5 ounces of Equiano Afro-Caribbean rum. Now, this is a really dope rum that just hit the market a couple years ago. Founded by Ian Burrell and Clyde Davis and the Foursquare crew. It is distilled outside of Madagascar on an island and then shipped to Barbados, where it was aged by the Foursquare team, who puts their magic touch on it. And it is truly one of the most delicious, affordable rums on the market right now. And then we are going to do a half ounce of Palo Cortado sherry. Now, Palo Cortado is a beautiful style sherry. It's definitely on the rarer side. It's basically a cross between an Amontillado and an Oloroso. Basically, it's aged under the floor in the sherry casks, and then the floor dies out, and then it oxidizes, similar to like an Oloroso. So you get that beautiful mix between like a Fino and an Oloroso. And then we're going to do a quarter ounce of Pedro Jimenez sherry. Now, Pedro Jimenez sherry is a awesome sweet sherry made from Pedro Jimenez grapes, and it's going to add some sweetness, kind of be run in the place of like a normal like simple syrup or a sweetener here. And then we're going to do a quarter ounce of Creme de Cacao, a chocolate liqueur. I'm using Tempest Fugit because it's the best. And then we're going to do 1 dash Mole Bitters, and then we're going to do 2 dashes of Bogart Bitters. Now, Bogart Bitters is argued to be the first bitter ever mentioned. It was mentioned in Jerry Thomas's first bartending book, and it was recreated by Bitter Truth recently. It's delicious, has notes of like coffee, chocolate, some really deep dark spices. It is absolutely delicious. And then, like every cocktail I do 1 dash of Saline Solution. A A little bit of salt in there, not to make it salty, but to enhance all the flavors. All right, and so we're gonna break up some ice real quick. Give this a nice stir. All right. We're gonna get our chilled rocks glass. With a fresh cube. And then we're gonna put a little Allegory stamp on it. We're gonna pour it nice and easy because what we want is a nice velvety mouthfeel. You don't want to pour it too high because you don't want there to be too many bubbles in there. You know, you want a nice silky mouthfeel, like any good old fashioned. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a flamed orange peel. So we got a nice little orange dime right here that we cut. We are going to give this a little toast. Just a light toast, you know, just to heat it up. And then we are going to flame it over the top of the cocktail. And there we go. In with the old, in with the new. Cheers.
All right, man. We are back. Here we go. My man Deke. I'm excited, brother.
Yeah.
He said, there's a few things going on right now that I have questions about.
Sure.
But we're gonna start with the cocktail itself as a whole, with all ingredients combined. This is in with the new, in with the old, in with the new.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
So man. So much technique that I noticed just now that I have questions about. But let's taste the cocktail so I can tell y'all how I feel about it, and we'll go from there. Cheers, brother. Cheers.
Man. Enjoy.
Let's get right to it. Oh man. Oh man. Oh my goodness. Wow, dude. All right, so. First thing that showed up was the sherry, right? So
the sherry heavy, there's 0.75 ounces of sherry.
Super balanced cocktail. The sherry showed up, and then it kind of like turned into like this, the coffee thing kind of showed up a little bit, right? But the creaminess of this cocktail, and I'm not talking about it's not cloudy or creamy, not in that sense. Just like sometimes with like the bubblies that we have, there's a creaminess to them, right? There's a creaminess to this cocktail that I'm loving. The velvety thing you talked about is a real thing.
Yeah. Yeah, mouthfeel is super real.
Oh my goodness, the flavor
body.
of this thing. The body.
Yeah, super important.
I feel like I'm underdressed for this cocktail. That's how I feel right now. At least I have on terry cloth.
You good, man.
You know
You got a collar, so you're good.
Yeah, I got a collar. So you came up with this one?
Yeah, so this is a riff on a cocktail that we did when we first opened Allegory back in 2018. And I just like really just kind of took the core concept of the use of sherry and then retooled it. But so I love the combination of bourbon and rum. I think it's one of my favorite combinations. And then combining that with like the nuttiness and then the richness of the PX and the Palo Cortado, it's just those flavors just are a match made in heaven.
So what is this? This is a sherry. What is the Apostles
Yeah, this is Palo Cortado. That's the, think of it as like a mix between a Amontillado sherry and Oloroso sherry.
Oh,
and
so you're really bulked up on the sherry side of this.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I did a half ounce of the Palo Cortado. It's a pretty rare ingredient. Like I said, it's a type of sherry. They go to make Fino or Manzanilla, which is a style of sherry that basically the floor, which is basically like a type of yeast, builds up in the cask and seals it. So the Fino and the Manzanilla don't oxidize. It doesn't have any access to oxygen because the floor is sealing it in. So the floor is alive.
Different, yeah.
And usually what happens is you age it for 10, 20, 30 years, however long the sherry producers age their Fino, and then they pull it out and bottle it. But with Palo Cortado, the sherry just randomly dies out of the blue, so then it gets oxidized. So it's this beautiful mix between unoxidized and oxidized sherry.
Nice. Yeah. So you're sitting here, you're crafting this cocktail, right? This amazing old-fashioned riff, and you speak about the saline that you said you add to all your cocktails.
Yep.
And I thought to myself, wow, really? This is the first time I've heard this. But then I had to think to myself about when I make French toast.
Exactly.
I always add salt to my
pinch of salt.
Pinch of salt for flavor.
The French toast isn't salty. It's just better.
No, it's just better.
It's just better, man.
My mind is blown, dude. I did not think of that.
There's a really funny meme that I saw that just makes me giggle every single time because like bartenders, our industry is still coming up and we're still fledgling. We don't have these big fancy schools to teach you things. You don't go off to any institutes to learn how to bartend. You gotta learn by the OG way, like apprenticeships and reading books and all that. And there's a really funny meme of a bartender, a craft bartender like myself, like, I got this new secret ingredient. It's the best thing ever. It's gonna blow your mind. Salt. And then it pans to a chef who's just like shaking his head. Like, we just discovered this thing. I'm like, yeah. But I mean, it really is just same concept. Pinch of salt makes everything taste better. It's a flavor enhancer.
Dude, this is fantastic, man. Didn't you put something else in here though that you had over there?
Creme de Cacao. Yeah. So
this is technically
that is
an 8.8
bottle pickup. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, man. And for it to come off so balanced, so velvety, like you said, this is beautiful, dude.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.
Oh man, what time is it? It's never true. We're working right now, y'all. Allegory. It's a speakeasy at the Eden Hotel in Washington D.C., which is 12th and K. You walk to the back of the hotel. On the first floor, there's like a library back there, and then there's a door there. And then behind that door is this cocktail right here. This is on the menu, right?
It used to be. It's sort of like I can make it for you. If you come in, I can make this drink for you.
Tell them Brocky sent you.
Yeah, say Brocky
sent you.
We will hook it up.
I don't know what that's gonna do for you, but hey, I got one. If I can do it, you can do it. Cheers, man.
Cheers.
Appreciate you, brother.
Of course.